A Thread by Protein Wisdom. Kneeling for the anthem does nothing to address racism save to exacerbate it. Such woke theater only serves to antagonize half the country. The message being, we are protesting you and your historic culpability in the kind of systemic racism that forced us to wait until we were in our 20s to become millionaires who play a game for a living. It is not a show of solidarity for black lives. In fact, it's a political posture that supports the status quo. Vote for the same progressive Democratic Party candidates who have, since before the Civil War, paternalized blacks to such an egregious extent that they've remained largely willingly on the Democrats' permanent plantation. If black lives truly mattered to those kneeling in support of Black Lives Matter, their primary concern would be a strategy for breaking away from the political party that has promoted legislation used to defather the black community, to disincentivize work, to block school choice, to massage racial grievance, to embrace the soft and sometimes not so soft bigotry of low expectations. Too many poor blacks live in cities run by black Democrats, and these enclaves have produced multiple generations wherein upward mobility is nearly impossible, crime is ubiquitous, and citizens are largely dependent on the largesse of the state. When Barack Obama suggests that blacks are having their votes suppressed, what he leaves out, in addition to any truth, is that it is the local city and county officials who are responsible for setting up polling locations. So to the extent that there is suppression, the blame lies at the feet of the same local governments blacks in poor areas have been voting into power for decades. Often, people who look like they do, but who nevertheless are members of a party that supported slavery, Jim Crow, and today, racial grievance politics and progressive reimaginings of separatism and supremacy. LeBron James, who, since he was 15, has been wooed and then enriched by an economic system that maximizes compensation for talent, now kneels as a way to buy cover for his embrace of a system that uses slave labor to make the shoes and jerseys, etc., that further enriches him. The NBA isn't truly woke. Instead, they use support of Black Lives Matter to buy domestic indulgence while pursuing large foreign markets like that of communist China. The players and outspoken coaches like Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich et al. Are not unaware of what goes on in China. They simply don't care because in the short term it enriches them. So they tithe financially to the domestic woke industry in hopes you don't notice they're tithing to the Chinese communists in exchange for market access. So, when they try to gaslight you with help from woke media, fellow travelers, by preemptively claiming that opposing their kneeling is race baiting, even as they themselves embrace the ideas that whiteness is a moral defect, just remember, of course, this is about disrespecting the flag and the country that enriched them. Because Marxism never affects the very wealthy, and it appeals to immature minds and to those who seek authoritarian control over others. If you want to know who is really systemically kneeling on the necks of blacks, look no further than those who agitate for the status quo of keeping blacks tethered to a specific political party. There is a perverse irony to treating as heroes those actually working to keep you down, especially those who pull the ladder up after they themselves have climbed it.